Welcome to Dubverse Dialogues, the Creator Spectrum. This is the first episode of our podcast. This is a podcast that focuses on content creators. As you know, Dubverse is a platform for content creators, and we wanted to have this series where we are talking with various content creators and understanding their motivations, their expertise, and also their process of creating content. So today in our first episode, we have Mr. Amit Tiwari over here. He is a very successful content creator with more than 275,000 subscribers on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel that focuses on digital marketing, on SEO. So anyone who has any doubts on how to market their content, how to market, if not even your content, like how to market your website, how to make yourself more successful in the online space, Mr. Amit is the go-to person who can help us help everyone out. He runs his own digital advertising organization named Click Local Digital Advertising. This is the advertising agency that helps out everyone from content creators to big companies to small companies. And this will be a great episode because we'll be able to pick his mind on what are his thoughts on the current situation of the content space in a whole, and also we will get to understand what does a modern marketing landscape look like, and how is AI and all these new technologies that are coming up impacting this. So hi Amit, how are you?
Hi Akhil, thanks for the great intro. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing great. Yeah.
So, uh, Dubverse, I've been customer, and it has been a great experience. You have, removed a lot of strain from creating the subtitles and everything.
Yeah, thank you. Like most of people won't know this, Amit is a paid subscriber of Dubverse.ai, and that is how we met. We were doing user calls, and we figured out that these big creators are also using us on a regular basis. So since then, we've been able to have a bunch of conversations, and we thought we'll for the benefit of the community, we will take this conversation to everyone and try and get as many insights as we can from Amit. So, Amit, to start off, just trying to understand, from where did you start this journey? What is your overall background and motivations to create like this content on YouTube and then go on to create your agency? So, just if you can give us a brief understanding on how this all began and what was the story like.
So, I am a designer by training, and I have been creating content for YouTube and for website, basically for internet for a very long time. I think more than over
Hmm.
13, 14 years. But during this journey, we started creating the content for TV, for TV users, and then we jumped onto this new stream where a lot of people were going in and creating content called YouTube, and web videos were a rage back then, 13, 14 years ago. So we started creating videos for that
So this,
platform.
sorry, I'm interrupting. This is basically as back as 13 years ago, 2012,
Yeah.
2010, I think.
Yes.
Oh,
So,
that's great. That's
during that time, due to and through some clients, I explored this area of digital marketing where you can reach to n number of people without investing too much. TV advertising is still costly, and it was way more costly back in those days. So, digital advertising, that was a very happening place, and SEO is right now is very complicated, but it was not that complicated. Digital marketing used to be very simple in those days, so it was very easy to get onto this digital
mm,
marketing train and start promoting your content, your work. And there were not too many big names in this landscape. It was not something that people were very curious or excited about. So we started back in those days, simpler times, but now it has evolved into something that is crucial for everything. Back, if mom and pop shops and bloggers were blogging sites were doing the digital marketing back in those days, today if you see, from insurance to banking to even government agencies are doing digital marketing, using digital marketing. You see police departments posting memes on social media. What is that if not digital
Yeah, yeah,
marketing?
yeah. And
They don't know
those
the
are really effective. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
They,
yeah.
they pick up
But
the latest memes about why you should wear a helmet, wear a seat belt, and like those are really engaging.
in fact, I have a very apt example. Recently, there was a web series launched called Killer Soup. So Zomato posted something
Yeah,
about Killer
yeah.
Soup, trying to ride that wave. Delhi police actually posted
Mm,
even the bigger in the offline word, the bigger banner on on a road or roadside, where they were referencing to that particular soup, and giving the message about road safety. It's good,
mm.
but being a government agency, and that too police department itself, they don't really need to do that, but they are also riding that wave. So it shows the importance of digital marketing and
Yeah,
digital
I think
era.
yeah, I think today resonating with the young crowd, I think that's the only way. Like most of us are in our phones and spending most of our time on in the digital world. So I think even these
Yeah.
agencies are figuring out, okay, okay, if we want to communicate to the young people, how do we do it? And they
Yes.
use this. So yeah, that's great to know. Like overall, like I think you have a great 10 years into this industry, and it will be really nice to like now keep understanding more about this from you. So
Yeah.
so what are like over these 10 years, right? You're saying like across these 10 years, you have built yourself. I'm pretty sure start may, as you yourself mentioned, that there was not even a lot of acceptance of this as a profession or this as a class as a specialization, quote unquote. So what are like
Yes.
few of these challenges that came up like across the uh, these 10 years, and like if you could share some experts from like some examples from that can help us in understanding more about like your overall
So
challenges
basically,
that you
I
have
mean,
faced.
the challenges are two-faced. Number one, you have to first explain your family what you do, because if you say you are doing SEO, no one will understand,
Yeah.
and then you explain them that okay, you are doing this for Google, so they will recognize Google, and they will ask you, oh, so you work at Google, and then you have to hang your head. "No, I don't work at Google. I work for something related to Google." So they think that you are
Yeah,
contracting to Google. So it's a very long journey. But then again,
yeah,
the bigger challenge and the more serious one is with clients. People want to create brand. They want to create brand, and they want to increase their business, and they understand that you have to somehow go to this digital landscape. But because this field, the nature of this field is that there's no clear certification or sort of any control practices. So anyone can join this field, which is a very good thing. But it also means that so many times people get scammed, businesses get scammed in the name of, let's say, digital marketing, and then they sort of think that digital marketing itself is not effective. So it's not the case. Obviously, it's not the case. But you have to somehow, convince the client. You have to explain it to them in very simpler terms, that what they can expect from digital marketing. The field has its own limitation. Like if you are a established
yeah,
brand, and you just buy a banner on a highway for 10 lakh rupees, you can't expect that people will just start jumping on your toll free number and calling you and buying your product. So it doesn't happen with any marketing channel. So digital marketing also has its own unique benefits. Low cost is one of those many benefits that digital marketing provide. But at the same time, it's not something that will turn the wheels for you overnight. So explaining that to people, explaining that to clients, and sort of soothing their expectation and telling them how long term long term strategy can help them, that is a bigger challenge. That used to be a challenge back in the day, and that this is the challenge still today.
yeah. I think yeah, especially in like this field, it's very easy to like oversell and create a
Yeah,
vision in front of. Yeah, I think that's what you're really doing to, right? And
yeah.
when we go to actually the nitty gritties, the things are not as simple. It's actually a, a something that you actually have to devote time to, even as a
Yes.
business or as a yeah.
The common misconception is that everything happens, if it is digital, it has to be fast. So it is fast. I mean, it used to take 10 years, 12 years, a decade worth of time to build a brand. Now you
Hmm.
can do that in 2 3 years, but you can't
Hmm.
expect to do that in 2 3 months. That is what sometimes
Yeah.
clients and businesses expect, that you can do it overnight. Oh, that business went viral, But
Mm.
out of a million ideas, out of a million people, some one person, one lucky person will get viral, or they will reach the masses. But if you are a business, you can't bet on your luck to be famous or to be viral. You have to have a straight strategy in place. Maybe you will get viral, but if you don't get viral, you should at least be successful.
Yeah, that actually is some great it feels that your experience is talking more than anything else. So yeah, that was great. So in terms of okay, let's deep dive into like something specific now. In terms of like what do you think, like when we come to SEO, right? And there are multiple of these strategies that different companies try different various strategies that are, some are out of the box, some are very run of the mill kind of ideas. So आपको क्या लगता है, which one are the most overlooked strategies that like a digital marketer should know, and something that is uh, quote unquote textbook digital marketing that you think is something which is, though might sound very simple, but is very important to implement something on on like from the perspective of diligence or whatever,
Uh, in my experience, I think what the most of the younger, whether they are businesses or the digital marketing itself, because the way digital marketing works is that a lot of businesses, they are trying to do it for their own purposes too. So what they miss out is on branding. I mean, when you start your business, when you start producing, whether it's content as a person, I mean, I'm talking for person and organizations both, you don't actually believe that you are the brand or you can become the brand. That's not something that people outright expect, and that's fine. But you always have to have this feeling in the back of your mind that you are trying to create a brand. If you want to become successful, you are trying to create a brand that will have some following, that will have some customers, some clients, and you have to act like brand from the start. You have to focus on creating this brand name and brand recognition and brand following. Don't act like a random business who, I mean, there won't be one day when you will wake up and you will know, someone will tell you that, oh, you are a brand now, you are successful, and now you have to start acting like brand. You have to start doing that from the day one. Don't overdo it. Don't always be snobby, or don't always try to act like Apple. Don't try to compare yourself with established name, but have a strategy in
mm,
place, work for it, try to create long term engagement with your people. If you have a, let's say today you have just 10 clients, interact with them, try to get their feedback on your products, try to get their testimonial on the experience that they have with your product or service, so that you build that authority, you build that confidence, that tomorrow if, let's say, you are getting 100 leads, at least they have someone to look up to. At least they can look at your previous customers and they can decide whether they should trust you or not. Second thing, I think what most people are hesitant about is trusting themselves. If you are in business, you are basically asking your customers to invest in your business, whether they are just buying one single product or taking the small set of services. They are investing your business. So if you want other to invest your business, you should be ready to invest in your own business too. Don't be shy about it. Every business, everything needs some food, right? Like
mm,
every living thing needs food. Every business needs
yeah,
investment. There's nothing called zero budget business. There is nothing. Anything is not
uh,
zero budget. If someone tells you there are 10 business models that you can start without any investment, that's false. You need skills at least, and you will need some investment to learn those skills. So don't fall into that trap. Invest in your business, whatever you have. If you want to grow fast, you have to invest whatever you are making, or from your side, do whatever you want. But if you want to actually become successful, have some skills, have some investment ready to do.
so just a follow up on that question, as you said that building a brand is really important, but one of the
Hmm.
problems that most people and even small businesses, startups that are starting out, even people who are running their own small, maybe someone is starting a YouTube channel or starting some freelance work themselves, they face is that most of the branding activities take a lot of initial investment to start off with. Could be time, could be a lot of investment in money. So, what do you think should be? And also, there are much cheaper ways of basically quickly just getting some traffic without focusing on brand, getting some traction. So, what do you think like would be a healthy split for any business to focus on? And because this is also a problem that we as a startup were facing, like a few years down the line, a few years back. And so, like, how would you suggest some new someone who's just starting out plan out to navigate this conundrum that ends up happening almost all of the times, right? Between spending a lot on branding versus figuring out hacky things that are quickly just getting a one or two, like this month's revenue or this month's traffic. How would you, as like uh, uh, someone who advises a lot of these brands, uh, new companies, old companies, how would you tackle that?
So actually, I mean, branding is not always about spending. It's more of a strategy, right? So let's say that you have a product or service. Your product, let's take Dubverse for example. You have a product that is for creators, right? So if you start focusing on the need of creators from the beginning, if you already have your ideal customer in mind, you can create different experiences that will keep reminding people about the brand name. Things, very small things, like whatever material report that you are sending out, it should have your logo in place. Every logo, let's say if you have a logo and you have a color theme, your from your website to your emails to your social media graphics to your WhatsApp messages, everything should follow that particular theme. There has to be consistency in the experience. If your customer support is talking, or if your normal video is going out, social media message is going out, or festive message is going out, it should follow the single same look. A person should, from the moment they log on to your website first time to the moment they watch your first video, they should always be reminded in very subtle ways. They should be reminded about the brand name. For example, I have this catchphrase that I always use in my videos. It's hello everyone, my name is Amit Tiwari from Amitvary.net. Now, people will know my name, they will know the channel name, but I want to brand my website because I have Amitvary.net. It's not .com. I want people to remember that it's .net, not .com. And I have been doing this from the first video. That was always a strategy in place,
every
that people should.
every video has this opening.
Yeah, and it didn't cost me anything. Like,
Oh,
I'm doing the video anyway, right?
yeah,
So
it's
just having the need in mind. If you know what you need, if you know that you want diverse to be associated with YouTube creators who are trying to promote their YouTube video to audience very seriously, you can target those kind of people and create strategies according to that. So very smaller things, like for example, let's say if you have a restaurant, and a lot of restaurants are already doing these activities, but only a small percentage of restaurants will do that. They will put out a handwritten note and thanking the user, or anything from chef's name to something. So these kind of smaller little activities, they will also always go hand in hand. uh, but then again, these are smaller activities. If you want to seriously focus on growing your brand name quicker, and you have a certain percentage in mind, my personal advice is always to split this in 80/20. You can spend your 80% of the entire marketing budget in building up traffic and everything, and then 20% you should spend on branding as well, because branding always help bringing new customers, and apart from that, they will always make your older customer, the previous customer, stick to you. There has to be a feeling of pride. If you can create a brand, people will
yeah.
always for example, Apple, people buy one or two products, and they might have experience bad experience with iPhone 13 model, but they will still queue up to buy iPhone 15 or the next model after that, because they have trust on the company, because they have built their brand that way. So building a brand goes a long way. Whatever customers you are acquiring today, you can hope to keep them with you for the longer period of time. Your customer acquisition cost will go down very seriously. So it always pays off, and 10 to 20% of the budget, marketing budget, is very good amount to spend on branding.
That's great to know. Especially like I really As a customer also, I resonate with that point you said about the restaurant. It feels so. I am in Gurgaon, and like there are these one
Mm.
or two restaurants who send this one small note, and you know it's that it's something that they've not obviously written just for me, right? They've mass produced it and set it. But once as a user, when you receive it, you feel really good. कि अच्छा, oh, these guys just made some special effort. Otherwise, they didn't need to do it. They can just create a like they just need to send me food, right? But it's great, yeah,
For
that helps in branding
example,
recall and stuff like that.
yeah, for example, we worked on a Mumbai based restaurant, and what we did, instead of notes, we started sending them magnets, fridge magnets, refrigerator
Fridge
magnets,
magnet.
and
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
those magnets have written that message: "Thank you for ordering from us. This is just the restaurant logo," and it's useful because it had that card slot. So it's not just fridge magnet, it's something where you can slide in your cards, and that you keep collecting from
Hmm.
here and there. So it is something useful. Now you might throw, and certainly, most certainly, people will throw that note after some time, but you won't throw a useful thing. And especially magnets,
Yeah.
we all are attracted to
We love
magnets. They are
everyone loves
fascinating,
fridge
right?
magnets. Yeah.
Yeah, magnets.
Yeah.
I have never found a person, who hates magnets. So they will just use it on their fridge because it's useful to, just, keep the slip or something like that safe. And the name is there. So at least you can hope that in the next month or two, till that, magnet is there, someone is not throwing, you might expect to get one or two more orders. And that actually increase the revenue of that restaurant by 23 to 26% in the next quarter. Just this
It
smaller
is.
little exercise. So very small things, and fridge magnets, they don't cost bollocks, so you can use it.
Yeah, yeah. I think, yeah. So I get like, so to just summarize your point, I think on branding, you're saying it's not necessary to like spend a lot of money. More than that, it's about the little thoughtful things that a company or a brand can do, even as like a micro entrepreneur can pick up and really resonate. That's great insight. So yeah, also like I've seen in some of your videos, you've talked about like there being a new mindset that is now important, especially for digital marketers, entrepreneurs who are in the digital space. If you could like elaborate on that a little bit as to what that mindset is as per you, and what do you think is uh, because it
For
sounds
digital
really
marketers,
interesting.
yeah, for digital marketers, I think being confident is the new thing that they should do. I mean, it's still a very new field. It's not something that is old, and there are a lot of agencies that are looking for work. Sorry, there are a lot of companies that are looking for work, and there are a lot of agencies that are looking to work. So being confident about your own work, and I'm talking specifically about digital marketers. If you are confident about your own skills, if you are confident about your own stuff, then you can challenge bigger companies, and you can get better clients for yourself. A lot of times I see that uh, bigger agencies who don't have specialization in these kind of newer activities like digital marketing or PPC
Mm.
campaigns or ad campaigns in digital landscape, they don't have experience with that. They are very good at the marketing through old ways. For example, TV,
Large
radio, they will
scale
do
TV and
fantastic.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So they will do fantastic radio campaigns. They will do fantastic TV campaigns. No doubt about that. They can do great user studies. They have been building brands, but they don't have any idea about this digital landscape. They don't have it, and customer loses in this process because they are spending their budget, but they are not getting good enough results. So smaller agencies, smaller professionals, they should go out. They should be brave about contacting these bigger giants, and just get
Mm.
your foot in. Don't be shy about it. Don't be afraid of their brand name.
Next, actually, yeah, this is some like not a lot of people think of these things, but yeah, this is some real great
I mean, I
insights.
can, I can, I can, I can speak from my own experience that uh, it is a misunderstood thing. Digital marketing and the traditional marketing, classical marketing, these are two absolutely different things. They require different skill set. Maybe these companies, these bigger companies, maybe they will evolve someday. They will understand the value of it, and they will hire people who are experienced enough. But right now, they are not doing that. Right now, they don't have good enough talent to work in these areas, and either client should think about it, but again, who will tell clients, because they are accustomed, they are habitual of working with certain level. So smaller agencies, I mean, we should be brave enough to contact companies and get our share of
Yeah,
revenue.
makes sense. Yeah, it's a digital world. I mean, no one is small or big. Like everyone has. It's like the democratization of distribution, right? Everyone has
The
access to
speed
everything.
the speed of this democratization is very slow in when it comes to corporate clients are not that.
Yeah,
And anyone who is hearing
that
this,
I'm sure.
I think someone told
Hmm.
me I'm not that I don't get that much chance to consume too much content. But someone told me that Nikhil Kamath, he said on their podcast that a lot of CEOs, they don't understand digital marketing that well, and that's precisely true.
Yeah, yeah.
Too many CEOs or CMOs, they don't know digital marketing that well, so they will hire whatever the name comes, recommended and trusted. So this
Hmm.
recommendation ecosystem, this is hurting not just the digital marketing landscape, but companies as well. They are losing the revenue. We are just losing on the earnings, but they are losing on their revenue. They are losing more.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. And so, like taking up from this, like on the same note, what are like as you said that this new mindset of being brave, of being aggressive in your approach, given that the older quote unquote the classical way is something that is being phased out slowly, steadily. What do you think? But like there are still some pitfalls, right, for young people getting into this space. Uh, like what are the common mistakes that some you have seen people make? Like I'm sure a lot of people try and get advice from you in comments, through DMs, and all of these things. What is the specific thing that you see them doing wrong, like something that comes out in common and something that you think that a lot of these people are making the same mistake, and like the listeners can avoid.
So I think the most common mistake that I see people making is that they don't want to create content. People will create their website, people will create their store, and then they will expect
Hmm.
Google to send them the traffic. uh, there is a specific field of SEO which is called technical SEO, and people will follow all of the videos that they can find out, but they will miss out the first step, the basic step, that is creating content. If you are not creating content, if you are creating content for yourself only, let's say you have created a website, a good website, it has 1,000 products, and you have written good description, you are posting good images, but all of that is for your benefit. इसमें ऑडियंस का बेनिफिट है ही कहाँ, इसमें सर्च इंजन का भी बेनिफिट नहीं है. So people will come to web not just to purchase stuff, they do that as well, but before that they will also try to read about it, try to find out about it. And that content, that should be also created by you. Who else will talk about your product if you won't? Right.
Hmm.
So, for example, how I found out about Dubverse, it was a Twitter thread where someone maybe from your organization, or some other user, they have talked about your service, and that's how I found out. If no one was talking about the Dubverse, I wouldn't have found out, and ultimate loss was mine. Right. Company, the service, they will find one customer or the other, but
Hmm.
I'm also on the losing side, right? So marketers, so business owners, they should focus about talking about their product, talking about their services, create content. Don't, maybe it won't be great, maybe no one will share it in first few attempts, but you consistently keep doing it, and ultimately, eventually, Google and other readers, they will find out. Don't be shy about it. Who will read? You don't write it well, or how should I get it written? Whether I should hire a writer or use ChatGPT? Do anything, whatever you want, but at least create the content.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that that is something that resonates with us a lot. We are also in that path of moving from just doing quote unquote transactional marketing to actually moving towards doing some content and getting. Uh, so yeah, I mean that makes a lot of sense to try and
Yeah.
engage your users specifically on things that are not just about selling, right? I mean that's what
Yeah,
I think the
but
gist is, or am
I
I
mean,
getting it wrong?
there's a thing called that best security is invisible security. If no one is able to see your
Yeah.
bodyguard, you are safe. Best makeup is no makeup. best VFX is no VFX. If audience cannot find out where the VFX shot was, it is the best.
Hmm.
So marketing is also, in similar way, if best marketing is no marketing. You interact with your audience genuinely, your target audience genuinely, and it's very smart and it's very genuine, and it works best. Best conversion is that you
Yeah.
are going to get is through organic medium only.
Yeah, there's almost a ring to it. This is an amazing tagline, and maybe best marketing is no marketing. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that is great. So now I think we come to this section that I personally am really excited to hear your thoughts on. And given that you have seen this digital space coming from the 2010, you as you said you started, and today we are in
Yeah.
2023. AI is doing half the job, and what are your thoughts, like what is this modern, like as per you, given your insight on the previous, on how it used to work and how it is working now, what are your, like what do you think of it, like what do you make of this new thing that is coming up? And they say, like given it's generative AI, right? So I think the biggest part it's going to disrupt is content creation to start off with. So what are your thoughts, like on this, and where do you think this will take all of us?
I think for content creators, it is not the golden era, but golden era is coming where you can write very quickly, where you don't have to spend too much time on research. I mean, it's still not that reliable. The LLMs are not that reliable, and maybe LLMs won't ever will be, but LLMs will help us find the technology that can be helpful, really helpful for us. But even in its limited capacity, LLMs and the AI tools that we have right now, they are really really
Hmm.
helpful. I mean, I am able to do things that I was not able to do 3 years ago. Right? I'm not a programmer. Right? Someone might not be a very good writer, but let's say that you have
Hmm.
some ideas. You can write down those ideas in an Excel sheet or bullet list, and you can give the LLM to write in certain style. Right. I
Yeah.
mean, I come from a field where I have to interact a lot with corporate clients, and corporate people will tell me that I can't write in good language. I'll give you the bullet points, and then you have to write in your own style. And now they can also write in that style. I can expand a text and I can make it brief as well. TLDR, that is a very very rudimentary thing that you should ask for. Now you can make any
Yeah.
longer piece concise, and concise piece longer. So these kind of facilities are here. You can research about anything. LLMs are also creating new images. You can sort of, you don't need a graphic
Hmm.
designer per se immediately.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
want to be one man army, you can be a one man army who can create graphic, who can change the style of the text, and create the headings and everything, and you can post quickly. If one person was posting, let's say, 3 articles 3 years ago, now they can, if they are smart about it, they can post 5 to 10 articles in the same day, with good quality, with good readability. So these kind of new benefits are thanks to AI, right? And apart from that, a lot more other capabilities. For example, you can create smaller bit of code to add functionalities on your website.
Hmm.
You can do more research. You can have your own document, and you can let an LLM give you new pieces out of it. So these kind of new
Got
functionalities, new features are very helpful for people, and I'm 100% sure that 2 3 years down the line, there will be functions and facilities and tools that I don't know, we don't know right now. For example, I had not imagined 1 year ago that there will be service which can generate this subtitles that quickly without taking too
Yeah,
much
yeah, yeah.
time involving a person.
Yeah,
It used to
that's
take few hours, now it is just a matter of minutes. So LM and AI, they will create new opportunities for content creators.
so. But where does that take, like the people who are working in it? So maybe let's say from the perspective of an employee who's directly working. I'm sure you have your own teams who are working on tags, generating SEO tags, generating this YouTube descriptions, working on meta tags and the works, right? So once AI comes in, how do you see this? You see machine like only the LLM doing this, or there being a supervisor? Like there's a like it's almost a cliche, right? That AI is coming for our jobs. But specifically for digital marketing, where most of the things are content dependent, are on content generation, playing with words and stuff like that. Where do you think like this takes the resource landscape also? Maybe this is a little outside of uh, some of our learners' context, but still, we should explore, I think.
So, I mean, if we take a very, different example, let's say that we all know what plumbers are. Plumbers and electricians, they use screwdrivers, right? There's a, manual kind of screwdriver, and then there are electrical ones. They can, screw and unscrew things very quickly and very easily. But having a electric screwdriver didn't mean that you don't need electrician anymore, right? You will still need an
Mm.
electrician. LLMs are going to be the same thing. Like, for example, if my one of my executive was creating tags and description and titles in one style, now what they can do is they can go to, let's say, Engadget or TechCrunch, and they can, take their tags and their headlines and their description for as an inspiration, and they can feed those to an LLM and ask them to convert the tags and description that they have created themselves in TechCrunch or Engadget style. That immediately
Got it.
in seconds improves the productivity. Now he doesn't need to study or do that. So now you have this new capacity, new capability, where you can use an LLM to, sort of create more content easily and change your style quickly. And this is just, one or two examples that I'm quoting. But if someone is smart enough, they can always find out what to do with a tool. AI at the end will always remain a tool, right? For I mean, you might not like this example, but for example, Dubverse is an AI tool that can create subtitles.
Yeah.
But there has to
No,
be
no,
a creator
yeah,
who should be creating content, right? If your content is not good enough, if your content is not useful enough, even the bestest subtitle generation tool, they can't help you, right? You still have to create content. You still have to be AI and LLMs. They will summarize whatever is already present, whatever is already experienced. They won't experience new things. So the job of
got it.
experiencing new thing, creating new thing, that will always be in the hands of human. Until
Yeah,
they develop this capacity, you still are in the demand. You still are in the job. Yes, you will do, better job, and you will do better job than the person who is not using AI. So I hope that people who are using subtitles, they perform more than the people who are not using any subtitles.
got it. So yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously, I think the like even I think the same. Like in this space, the people who will learn how to use these tools for their benefit and actually improve their productivity will win, irrespective of them being an employee or a business owner or micro entrepreneur, wherever they are. I mean, like
Yeah,
maybe on a lighter note, like the example of the electric screwdriver tells us that if we don't learn to use the electric screwdriver, we are all screwed essentially. So we have
Mhm.
to
Yeah, exactly.
use it and make sure that we are making the best of it. So, like, but where do you, as you said, like in overall, in your, you see these tools actually helping us in increasing productivity and making sure that the overall system becomes much more efficient. So, like, does that also imply to overall, like, the stories which come in, like, or it is just about like the post processing of it or pre processing of it, like, because they're like ChatGPT can today just completely write a script of a YouTube video.
Yeah,
And so let's say for a content creator, how much sense does it make for them to uh, like, because everyone has their own way of speaking, own way of writing, right? But then
yeah,
there are these hooks and all these things that not everyone knows. A big YouTuber will know how to create a hook in a video, how to make like the standard format, right? You create a hook and then you talk of content and then end it with a conclusion. Like so,
yeah.
doesn't this risk us to becoming very same? Like, doesn't this, especially in the space of content creation, doesn't this risk originality in one way or another? Like, what would be your perspective as like someone who, so will people move, will will there be a situation where audiences will start understanding कि अच्छा ये script तो इसने ये ऐसे देख के बनाई है, so I don't need to now watch this video, I and maybe move to the other one, like
I think this is something that people, a lot of people, and by people I mean the people who want to cash on this sensationalism that AI is going to do this, is going to do that.
yeah.
But audience is smart enough. We don't give enough credit to our
Hmm.
audience. Any content consumer, whether they are viewing your video or they are watching their video or reading your content, they are smart enough to know what is right, what is wrong, what is entertaining, what is exciting. LLMs, by definition, they are designed to predict, to create something that already has been created. They are always inspired. We humans are also inspired, but they are, they because they remember everything. Their memory is greater than us. Their inspiration pool is longer than us, and they lack on this originality part. Their originality comes from not repeating the stuff that has been said. Our originality comes from inventing something new. So our creativity, human creativity, will always be superior to AI, at least right now in today's context. So if someone is focusing a lot on chat gpt created script or chat gpt created content, they are going to bore their audience. You need your audience to have feel excitement by your content. So I mean, even today, if you use a lot of AI content, people can pick up on certain words because they are very good at creating smaller content. But as soon as you give them something to create for, let's say, 500, 600 words, they are going to they start repeating their words, right? They
Yeah,
start running in
that's right.
circles. So that running in circles will always feel odd to audience. So I mean, it's very good to do complementary stuff. For example, let's say you have written the script and you are not sure what should be the title, or you are not sure what should be the YouTube video description. Now, too many people don't. I
Hmm.
mean, they will watch the content, but they won't read the description necessarily unless until there is something important in in the description.
Got it.
So you can use
Got
your
it.
own script to create the description for you. Maybe generate useful tags for you. Maybe generate a blog post out of it. But it can't create the script for you. It, as I said, it won't ever create new experiences. And a video, a written piece, that is an experience for the audience. You have to start a video somehow, you have to start your blog post somehow, then you have to present the content, but then you also have to end it. So this is an experience. That experience has to be created by human.
Got it. Got it. So in this, like, I think this is like great to know that originality will still win in some way or another with all our work becoming much more efficient and so yeah, that is something that we really. I also think like in even like in writing an email or writing anything, like if we hand over everything to these LLMs, it kills originality and that
Yeah.
human element
And it's
needs
boring
to
as
stay.
it's boring as well.
Yeah,
Maybe there will be some different tools that will facilitate our work. Maybe we don't know right now. Maybe these LLMs will help us find that. But uh, they are not a replacement for human experience.
got it. Got it. So in this, so yeah, that was great, and it's been great on trying to understand all of these things from you. But I think one thing that a lot of your people who follow your YouTube channel are your fans, and also new YouTube content creators, people who are trying to create new content, will want to know what is your process of creating content as of now. What is it that uh, what is your process of creating content? And given that you are like a paid user of Dubverse and you have gained certain value from it. Obviously, that's why you're paying us also. I mean, obviously, we can cover Dubverse a little bit, but overall, what is your uh, overall experience of like what is your process of creating content? Just say like starting from script to actually ideation to actually coming out with the final product, right? And how has over the years it has changed with technology, new technologies coming in. I think when you're saying 2010 and 2012, that time to even like editors, I don't think there was a video editor that could run on a laptop back then. That too
Yeah.
is I think a year old phenomenon. Like before that, needed like these big computers to even edit like a 10-minute video, And so
Yeah,
how is that process? How was it, and how has it changed over the years?
I remember having a Asus F5 SL laptop back in those days. Maybe it was my second laptop, and it whenever I tried to render a video, it used to render for just 2 seconds, 2 seconds long clip, and then it would shut down. Right? So, good old
Yeah.
days. But I mean, my process is simple because I have to create content for students, for businesses. So I just keep my ears open. I look at YouTube comments, and in fact, I can recognize the people who have been commenting for a very long time. And I'm fortunate enough for the fact that I have some people who are following since the days when I had maybe 100 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers, and they will comment about it, and I feel really happy. I mean, as they always say, if you have older friends, it means you are doing, okay. You are at least well. So I'm
Yeah.
treating them. That's why. I mean, in this age where people will subscribe to a channel and forget about it, it's great to have people being with you for so long time. So I read their comments. We have a lot of other groups like Facebook group, we have a WhatsApp group, and now we are also going to launch our app where people can communicate with. They will be able to directly communicate with us without using WhatsApp or Telegram, that sort of stuff. And apart from that, people send us messages on different social media channels. So just looking at their
Mm.
problems, trying to see what they want to do, what they are facing the problems with, whatever the process is. We try to create content around that. For example, that right now we are trying to do series, and the series is inspired
Mm.
by the fact that I interview a lot of people for ourselves, for our company, and for the client's company as well. Because most of the time, if it's a big organization, they don't have experience with SEO or digital marketing. They won't be able to hire the people with those suitable skills. So we hire for them, and during that process, I see a lot of younger people or even the senior people facing certain complication, whether it is about the skills that they have or the presentation that they have, or the confidence that they have. So we are running this series where we are trying to solve these issues that people face in their practical day-to-day workflow. So yes, just interacting with people, keeping the ear to the ground, as they say, that is helping us create content. And from the SEO point of view, there was a time when adding the tags on the YouTube content, YouTube video, that used to help us a lot. But nowadays, tags are not that important. You have to focus on your title
Acha.
and description, and
Oh.
adding subtitles, that always work. Google is also trying to push the option of having multiple audio layers, multiple language audio in
Yeah.
your.
Multi audio track. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is not still available to wider pool to a lot of creators, but whoever has it,
Mm.
they are using it and they are getting good results out of it. So I think Dubverse already has that option. I'm not using it
Yeah.
right
We
now.
have AI dubbing and
Yeah,
subtitles. Yeah.
I am not using it, but I'm just keeping my finger crossed. The day I will have that option, I'm going to upload in various languages.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It has always been amazing working with you and helping however we can through tech. And so overall, like how do you think as the impact? Like why was so just trying to understand when you said subtitles, we are also as I think I'm users also sometimes think कि subtitles ka actually how much value does it add? Why is it important? It's like people who understand English will already understand it, or Hindi will understand it. So why do you think it? Like for you, what was the decisive factor? Ke, okay, I should use this because obviously it's not just about money, right? It's also about spending your time. Given that
Mhm.
you run a business, you run a YouTube channel, you do all of these things. So putting your effort in it, but like, what was the reason that you decided, okay, this is something important, and I
See,
will
before
use
digital,
it.
I'm a marketer. Before digital, I'm a marketer, and every marketer who is trying to sell the a product or service in market, they understand grahak bhagwan hota hai, right? For a content creator, the reader, the viewer, they are everything, right? And their convenience, their ease of consuming your content, that should be greater. We always have some or the accent or the other accent, and we live in a country that is very diverse. some people will understand your certain words, some people won't understand. Maybe I'm talking in hurry and they are not able to follow up the whatever the line I'm saying. So subtitles make your brain a little bit free. You are going through metro and you are watching a video, you maybe you are in a your office and you are watching the content, because I'm trying to create, I create the content that you can watch in your office and your boss won't mind.
God.
But but in that sense, people don't get uh, bad eyes if they are watching our content. But let's say whatever, whenever you someone is watching the content, it always helps for the creator to make the life of your audience, your viewer, easy. And subtitles do that job effectively. uh, let's say for example, if someone is watching the content in a noisy environment, or they don't
Hmm.
have their volume up, so it always help to understand the content better. If your content is sort of technical, subtitles will help your audience follow the video without having to pause it. If you are a blogger or if you are a vlogger, you are traveling and your audience, or your audio is noisy, there is a lot of background noise in it, subtitles will help your audience understand what you are saying. There won't be any doubt about your message, and that's where the accuracy part also comes in. And I was very skeptical about the quality of subtitle I'm going to get from an AI tool. So I
Hmm.
checked for 2 3 times and then I stopped checking because it was always perfect. So it doesn't make
That's
to
really
it
nice.
doesn't make sense to invest
That's really
money.
nice coming from you. Yeah.
No, absolutely. I have been satisfied customer throughout. I think it's been months now. I don't remember
Yeah,
the
yeah. It's been,
time,
I
but
think, almost 3 months we talked first time, and I think you've been using
yes,
it from before that. Yeah.
longer than that. Yeah, yeah. Recently, I just upgraded for the annual package and be done with it, because
Oh,
again,
that's nice.
keeping this payment method in check is very important. You don't want to, I create in very rush, so it's going to be 7
Hmm.
p.m. and I'm going to upload the video. I don't want to find out at that time that I have to subscribe.
Yeah,
So it's
get
better to be
it.
subscribed.
Yeah, that's amazing coming from you. Given that we are also trying to create a new category, trying to create this new product, and it's amazing that like a user of your stature and experience in the market trusts us. So overall, I think what you said is mostly it will impact watch time
Yeah,
overall, which is I think a very key metric on YouTube to
absolutely.
to
Over the, I
for
mean,
it to.
my suggestion for creators, or whether they're creator or the bloggers or anything, don't look at any metric. If even if you don't understand any metric, you just imagine, put yourself in the shoes of your audience, your customer, your clients, and think what will make their life easy. If they are satisfied, they will come back to you. Maybe you will lose out on views for one particular video or one particular article, or they won't like your one product. But if they are satisfied with your brand, if you are understand, if you are taking care of their needs, they will come back to you. So subtitles in this video creator landscape, subtitles are important because they make your life easy. And the day as creator you get access to multi language audio facility, go ahead. You now you have one more reason to use Dubverse and get the audio done. I'm personally waiting for that feature to come in, because I'm creating content and it's being watched out of India and within India in different states, from southern
Got
states, for northern states. So I want my content to be native to their audience, so that English should not be at least the barrier in trying new stuff,
it.
in learning this new marketing field. So it should be available to everyone.
Got it. That's great. And now I think we'll move off this topic. Otherwise, लोग बोलेंगे कि अमित सर को बुला के marketing करा दी Dubverse ने अपनी. So yeah, that was not
मैं
the idea, guys. It was
नहीं, but
always a fun conversation.
I can take this liberty. I am a marketer. I'm going to market it.
Yeah, that is that. Yeah, so
But
that
इसका
covers
अगर
us.
आप एक्टर को बुला रहे हो तो एक्टिंग ही करेगा. That's the only thing I do. So let me do
Yeah.
it.
I think that's a great note to end on. And thanks, Amit. Thanks for this conversation.
Thank you,
And
everyone.
it was thanks for everyone to tune in. And this was great. This was really insightful. And so yeah, this is the first dialogues, and we will keep doing this. We will have Amit sir again. Maybe we'll discuss something else, and get more pick more of his like pick his brain more for these amazing insights that he comes in. So yeah,
Thank you.
everyone just subscribe to Dubverse, subscribe to this channel. Everyone knows what to do. Click the icons that you need to click on, and so we will take a leave. And thank you, Amit sir. Thanks a lot. This was
Thank you.
amazing, and I'm sure the audience also got a lot of insights and quote unquote, as you said, content entertainment from
Yeah.
from this. So,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Bye bye. Bye guys.